The truth is, I think I have a fear of water. Not just any and all water, but large bodies of water, like pools, lakes, and the ocean. Basically any water I'm submerged in and can't feel the floor of. But I think I have a control issue. Before I go further, let me first be clear with my intention and the storytelling style I intend to relay throughout these videos. I have gained the awareness this far along within my journey that everything I perceive in my reality is merely just a way for my higher mind to communicate in subtle ways what it is that I'm experiencing from a subconscious spiritual level and portray that back to me in the physical. It's like a game we play. It shows me clues to what's happening within me on a deeper level and masks it as events taking place outside of me here in the physical realm. It looks like random encounters, coincidences, or maybe even accidents, but they're not. They never are. It's merely my higher self interacting with the energies outside of me to form instances that will cause realizations within me. It repeats the lesson and waits for me to recognize what needs to be addressed within. Things that will help me evolve as an individual, that will change my perspective and introduce me to a new chapter of life over time. I'm explaining this to lead into why I've decided to share my inner process with you all. This style of storytelling holds the intent of using my perspective to share my inner realizations with the hope that it will encourage you all to also look within alongside me, deeper than the surface.
Hundreds of crabs.
Looking past the daily distractions of our lives to truly uncover the parts of us we fail to address, scared, or forget to. Nurture the parts that never received what they needed, and ask ourselves the questions that truly matter. I can't help anyone without helping myself first, and although my intention isn't necessarily catered to those outside of me, I know as a member of the collective, my greatest help to others is to help myself. And that's what I believe for us all. So back to what I was saying.
We got separated. No.
I might have a control issue, and my fear of water might be telling me just that. The reason why I go as deep as to say a control issue is because I've noticed that my approach to water could also reflect my approach to life. I panic in water once my mind realizes there's nothing for me to hold on to, nothing for me to support myself. No tangible evidence that I will make it out the same way I entered. I'm scared of what might happen if I let myself get swept away. I might go under. The current might be so strong that I won't be able to reach the surface. I might get hit by rocks or any other unwanted objects along the way. But if I can touch the ground, if I can decide which way I want to go or not go, I perceive that as a more enjoyable experience. Now don't get me wrong, I understand water is a powerful element, not to be taken lightly. But there's a difference between being cautious and being fearful. Why do we even like to enter water? Do we enter water to try and control it, or to allow it to carry us wherever we're meant to flow? Going with the flow is the opposite of trying to control it. With life, it's not much different. I've always searched for tangible evidence. Show me proof that I will make it out. Show me that I'm making the right decision. Show me that there's a guarantee that no harm will come to me. But why? Why try to control life? Wouldn't that be like watching a movie you already know the ending of? I imagine asking for proof would be the equivalent to saying, I'm not in the knowing that my spirit will lead me to exactly what it is I require. Whatever is best for me. Water is actually impossible to control. Maybe that's why it makes me so nervous.
I went to the ocean for the first time in my life. Okay? It was a big experience. The salt in my mouth and eyes, the push and pull, the strength, not ready for it. I don't get how I'm supposed to swim in there.
You have to get out to a
Bae, every time I move further out, a huge wave comes.
You have to move quick and get to the spot.
Did you see when I was trying to come to the shore, I got wiped out?
I'm gonna go find the spot and then you need to go there.
Are you? I'm not going in there. I need it to be a day where it's just flat, like, you know?
There's no days where it's just flat, it's the ocean.
I hurt myself.
Then on some rocks?
Yeah, flat. Look, look, look. All the way up to here. Look at here. Oh my god. Look at our stuff on the thing. Recording.
Because it forces me to surrender to it. Surrender to all possibilities of harm, chaos, and uncertainty. Maybe, while being submerged and swept away, I'd be faced with the stillness of the water world, experience the calm and muffled sounds of its motion. Maybe, through the surrender of all that fear, I'd come to the realization that I am the water, and to fear it would only be to fear a part of myself. Let me be clear. To speak this now doesn't automatically rid me of my fear. What it does do, however, is bring to my awareness the root of my issue. Fear resulting in a lack of trust, and a lack of trust resulting in fear. But how do you begin to let go of control when it's something you've relied on for so long? I think by doing the opposite of what you're used to.
You're getting thrown around, not having any control over what was happening in that water. But me still being okay, because it was powerful.
So you didn't feel scared when you were getting thrown around?
Nah, it's fun.
Taking advantage of instances where I'd normally reach for control and instead decide to surrender. Surrender to the reality that there is no getting past feeling uncomfortable. Letting go of expectation and accepting the moment for what it is. Not heavily identifying with any one emotion, but still allowing myself to feel it all through. It's sounding like a game of opposites. I mean, the worst fear I'd imagine my ego has would be death. But not because it's actually scary, but because with death, my ego then loses its purpose, which is to survive and remain in what's known. But that's a topic for another video. What I really mean to draw out is the shift in perspective. If death is perceived as the worst possible outcome for your physical being, changing your perspective on how you view death would change the power dynamic, change the crippling control it has over you. It might even encourage you to do the things you fear just to be free of its restraint. Now that we've circled back to control, I have questions. Is there a time where you actually need to be in control? But then again, is there a time you're not in control? Because in retrospect, it's always a choice, even if you're not aware you're choosing. You either choose not to go past where your feet can feel in the water, and by omission, choose the path of fear-based control, or you choose the opposite. The freedom that comes with allowing yourself to experience the magic that lies within the unknown, lifting your feet and floating past your comfort level. I choose growth. I choose to build a relationship with the things that I fear, and then let them go.